All right, starting out with the S&P futures here, or the futures in general, green across the board on this Monday morning. S&P futures up by 0.46% ahead of Monday's open. Dow futures up 0.34%, and the Nasdaq leading the way higher, up by 0.58%. Now let's take a look at some cues from the last session. Materials, utilities, and consumer discretionary stocks recorded the biggest gains on Friday, while consumer staples bucked the overall market trend by closing the session lower. This broad strength helped U.S. stocks settle higher following the release of the inflation data. Inflation figures released on Friday showed no surprises, but indicated the Fed's need for caution on its rate cut cycle. The Personal Consumption Expenditures, or PCE price index, rose by 2.7% year over year in August, up from 2.6% in July, which matched the forecast, The core PCE, which excludes food and energy and is closely watched by the Fed, remained flat at 2.9, which was in line with expectations. Major indices, however, recorded losses last week, with the Nasdaq falling 0.7, the S&P losing 0.3, and the Dow falling 0.2. Now, on deck for today, as futures advance, gold prices also hit a new all-time high on Monday morning, with investors overlooking the possibility of a Trump-led government shutdown. While the market appears calm, a key risk that looms with the near certainty of a shutdown is a potential blackout for crucial economic data that could leave investors and policymakers flying blind. I personally, my thought on this is I've seen this a whole bunch of times. They're just kicking the can. They likely get a deal done in the 11th hour. To me, this is much ado about nothing. And I actually chuckle at the Trump-led government shutdown. Yeah. Cool story, bro. The 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.14%, and the 2-year bond yielded 3.62%.